That's Miss D1VA2U.
Go and get in the passenger seat, Dad. Take the seat off.
We going for a drive?
You can drive it on the road. It's a registered vehicle. You look at the first car on the road, mate.
It's your car.
You want to come for a drive?
Sure.
Let's go then.
Jesus. Yeah. Jesus.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a very special episode of Piranha Motorsports. This one's been in the making for a little while now. You've heard about it, but it's about time that everybody knows about it. So, watch a bit of intro, and let's get onto it. Well, I'd like to introduce you to Miss D1VA2U, and of course this is my daughter Chloe's soon-to-be burnout car. Yeah, that's right. We are going to embark on a budget burnout car build, starting with a $500 VX Commodore Ecotec V6. As you can tell, she's a very much poverty pack Ecotec V6 executive VX Commodore. A few spots of rust, a flash CD player, 260,000 Ks, still currently licensed, but it was a $500 special, and we are going to embark on turning this thing into a skid car. So let's get in and have a quick look underneath the bonnet. There it is. In all of its 3.8 litres of fury and glory, all wrapped up into a Commodore shell. So this is going to be the heart of what we're going to enjoy working on over the next little bit and getting it all ready to rock and roll to be a purpose-built skid car. What do we have for it so far? Well, got some extractors for it. So they come off of In Honour from a few years ago. But you can pick up a set of extractors for a VT Commodore for $50 at times if you keep your eyes out on Marketplace and spot them. I have ordered some LS1 heavy duty valve springs off of eBay. They cost me $60. They're exactly the same ones we run in Manged Up. I've been scouring Marketplace all the time, as I always do, and have come across a set of 1.9 ratio rockers for this thing. And even though they're, what, $500 something on Mesa's website, $100 is all I paid for them. That's all he asked for. So I gave him the $100 he was looking for and got them. So they will be going on here. So far we have 1.9s, valve springs and extractors. Now we're going to do a diff ratio swap in Manged Up. So Manged Up's going to go to back to its old 3.7 diff. We're going to see how that goes now that we've made some other changes with Manged Up. Try and help a little bit with the tyre smoke. So that means the 4.1s that are in Manged Up are coming in this girl. That's right. So we're keeping along the budget side of things. They were, what did we pay for the diff gears and that? $350? I think they were. Pretty sure we paid $350 back in the day. Anyway, you can buy them for about $500 off of eBay. So, yes, that's an expensive part, but like it's the one thing that'll change the car drastically. And then I do have someone who can modify the tune a little bit on this thing and make it rev a little bit better. We've got some LS1 injectors, and we are actually going to modify the lifters, and we're going to convert it from hydraulic to solid roller just to see how that behaves. So we've found out that it doesn't really matter whether it's hydraulic or a solid roller camshaft. They can both be either way. So we're going to go through the process of converting these lifters over to from hydraulic to solid, and see if it'll pick up a few extra revs. It won't pick up, it's not a bigger camshaft, it won't change anything that way, but it may help it rev a little bit more. And with the 1.9s and the valve springs that we're going to throw into it, I think it may actually perform pretty well. We're going to bump up the rev limiter probably up to around about 6,500. We run Manged Up at 6,800, but Manged Up has the VY rods, whereas this is just a early model motor. So 6,500 should be good. I mean, these rods should be good for 6,800, but we'll err on the side of caution considering this is a 260,000 k car that we haven't had anything to do with apart from the last couple of months of driving it around and doing a few bits and pieces with it here and there, taking the kids to school and stuff. So this is exciting. We are really looking forward to this, and we're going to do all of it bit by bit on the channel. So you're going to see small episodes of things that we do. We're going to go through installing the diff in it. We've got VR, VS, lower control arms for the rear. So they're not VQ ones, which will give you 4 inches. They are VR, VS, which will give you 2 inches of offset on the rear. So again, another budget mini tub. Try and save the paint a little bit more and the bumper, etc. on the back. We'll go through dioding the box and making sure the diode in the box is done correctly and how we do it. And then of course we've got the modifications to the engine. I'm pretty sure that should make a staunch little skid car for an unopened engine for our daughter to go and have some fun in. also have some mags for it. Well, it's already got some 17-inch VY mags on it, but these ones you've seen go around the traps a little bit, but they're going to end up on Miss D1VA2U. So these things we picked up a while ago. They're 20s, and two of them need new tyres, but we'll chase them up eventually. But the two front runners are still good. I'll go through and give them a refurb, some new rattle cam black and a clean up, and we'll stick them on. And I've also got some lowered springs, and a few other bits and pieces as well. So we'll go through and do it all. Right, so eventually the plan on this thing is to do Astra power steering pump, we'll do an external transmission cooler, we'll do an LS1 radiator, we'll do all of the stuff, we'll remove all the air conditioning, the whole works. Make sure that it is a dedicated burnout car, but on the budget, you know, so it actually doesn't, it can show you how easy it is if you pick up a good base platform and you can turn it into something that should be quite competitive on the base level of entry sportsman class or V6 class, depending on where you are, or 6-cylinder class, depending on where you are and where you're starting. And of course, this is for my 14 or 15-year-old daughter, for her to be able to learn in. So we don't need too much horsepower, we just need it to be able to turn the tyres and give her some time in the seat. So I've got plenty of 14s left over from when we were running 14s on manged up. So it really should be a nice little car for her to be able to go and do some skids with, and eventually we'll get into a beautification process where we'll turn it into the car that she is looking for and excited about driving. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thanks very much for tuning in for this episode of Piranha Motorsports. As you can see behind me, Miss D1VA2U is now introduced to the channel. That's it for introducing new cars to the channel for a little while, so don't stress too much about that. We're going to get cracking on all of these things, including a 12s for 2K ute in the background there, which the motor's just about ready for you guys to see. So you'll see some episodes on this thing coming up in the very near future as we gear up, because we've got some burnouts for Chloe to do coming up in October. So we've got plenty of things to do in this thing as we get it ready to do burnouts really soon. So if you're looking forward to a burnout build and step by step, then it's coming right at you. Okay guys, so if not, your 12 for 2K footage will still be in there as well. We'll make sure you get to see and catch up on that. Thanks very much for watching. Please make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe. Let us know if this is what you want to see. Are you looking forward to seeing a V6 burnout build? Or are you more interested in seeing the 12 for 2K? If you are, don't go nowhere, because it's coming your way soon. Thanks very much. We'll see you soon.